In January 2026, industry returned with a daring new season that debuted on HBO Max, immersing viewers once more in London's sophisticated and competitive world of ambition and finance. Season 4 of The PayPal of Bukkake begins with a new chapter that moves the show's emphasis from conventional investment banking to fintech, payment processors, political power struggles, and a few ethically dubious tactics. The episode concludes with a number of contentious events, foremost among them being Harper Stern's contentious choices as a senior manager at Mostyn Asset Management and her increasing involvement with Tinder, a fintech business whose financial transactions and leadership may have legal ramifications. The crucial query, though, is whether Harper committed a financial crime. We go into great detail about the Season 4 debut below. At the beginning of Season 4, Harper Stern may appear to have everything she ever wanted. Having orchestrated her breakthrough success in Season 3, she now manages her own investment fund at Mostyn Asset Management. However, her happiness is obviously subdued. Otto Mostyn's micromanagement, her lack of autonomy, and the increasing conflict between her investment methods and the unstable political environment are the main causes of her discontent. She had Rishi Ramdani perform her dirty work early in the episode by gathering information about Labour politician Jennifer Bevan's impending parliamentary address on the online safety bill. He informs her that Bevan will adopt the moniker Siren, which is essentially a made-up version of OnlyFans. She wants to short Siren since the new bill would impact all similar companies, which is why this information is so important. She is now in charge of Mostyn Asset Management's shorting division, but the regulators who want to approve the bill are targeting her because of her fund's connection to firms like Siren. Clients start taking money out as the market teeters on possible regulatory penalties, which leads Harper to implement an emergency gate, a stop to customer redemptions intended to stabilize the fund, but one that defies market conventions and instantly incites investor resentment. Mostyn Asset Management situation appears much worse as a result of that email. James Ashford from Season 3, an irate client, shows up in person to retrieve his money. He even suffers a brief heart attack in the office, which causes him to fall and shatter Harper's glass table. Otto Mostyn, Harper's employer, calls her in and essentially orders her to cease taking significant actions on her own. He acknowledges that he gave her no actual authority and just used her as a puppet to lead the short-selling portion of his fund following representation. Because he wants to protect those relationships, he is also irritated that she is attempting to wager against businesses connected to his friends and family. It's pretty obvious that Otto is using his money and investments to secure his position in the House of Lords, and he doesn't want Harper to ruin that at this time. Harper has taken matters in her own hands by the conclusion of Industry Season 4, Episode 1. She refuses to back down or get frightened even after Otto Mostyn explicitly tells her to stop acting independently and makes it clear that he merely views her as a figurehead with no actual authority. She won't allow his demands to confine or dominate her. Rather, we witness her contacting Eric Tao, a former acquaintance from her Pierpoint days. After being sacked from Pierpoint, Eric, a once powerful figure in the bank, has been living a quiet, retired life in the United States. However, it is evident from their phone conversation that retirement has not been good to him. He has been pushed into exile because no bank or significant company in the sector would recruit him following the way he departed Pierpoint. Eric doesn't hesitate when Harper reaches him and says she wants to bring him back to London, hinting that she will hire him and collaborate with him once more. He accepts right away, leaves everything in the United States, and takes a plane to England the following day. This swift choice indicates that Eric and Harper are formally reuniting. As a result, we may anticipate more mayhem as they reunite. Haley eventually asks Whitney about the former assistant in the meantime. She informs him that the former secretary contacted her to get a reference for her tenure at the company before discreetly inquiring about her fate. Whitney responds suspiciously right away, telling her that she simply had some issues and he advised her to have it examined in private. He seems to be hiding something based on his actions. Furthermore, Yasmin had mentioned earlier in the program that her husband, Eric, was only getting over a minor cold. However, based on what we see at the end of the episode, he is doing well, using drugs, and playing the piano by himself. As a result, while Industry Season 4's first episode doesn't provide viewers with a clear solution, it skillfully sets up a season in which morality, ambition, legality, and power are all blurred.